stubborn pigmentation, a lot of times it does not respond to a lot of the simpler products. In my experience, pigmentation sometimes responds best when you have 3 to 4 faders attacking the pigmentation at the same time. I've listed a few products that do just that. The first product that I'm talking about is a niacinamide serum from Clinikally. This particular product has got niacinamide and it has tranexamic acid. Tranexamic acid is a fabulous fader and so is niacinamide. Niacinamide, along with fading and controlling sebum, also hydrates your skin. Skin hydration becomes a very, very important thing because the more hydrated our skin is, I say it so many times, the better it's able to fight not only acne but also pigmentation. This niacinamide serum at 10% is a little different from what's available in the market because of the ingredients in it. I have not seen this ingredient mix in other niacinamide serums, and that could be because the Clinikally range, I believe, is made by dermatologists and is actually recommended by the dermatologists at Clinikally for their patients. If you look at the ingredients, it's got niacinamide at 10%, it's got zinc PCA, which is very good in strengthening the skin and also preventing acne. So if you have acne-prone skin, this is a great niacinamide serum for you. It's got bisabolol. Bisabolol is anti-inflammatory, is antibacterial, so it's definitely going to help you in your fight against acne and breakouts. Along with that, it has something called epidermosil. Epidermosil is a very new age kind of an ingredient, and it helps in, let's say, anti-aging. So basically, it's going to help you in smoothing out wrinkles as well, right? Along with that, it has this particular ingredient. This ingredient really is, again, an anti-aging ingredient. So you get the benefit of niacinamide, tranexamic. With the fading, you're getting anti-aging benefits as well. It also has a very calming ingredient, Centella asiatica, which is going to help in calming your skin, especially if you're prone to breakouts. Now remember, calm skin is also very important when we are fighting pigmentation and melasma, because inflammation is the precursor to pigmentation. What that means is कि pigmentation होने से पहले skin में inflammation होता है, and the skin's response to inflammation is excessive melanocyte action, which results in pigmentation. The tranexamic acid is at a very low percentage, so it's completely safe for AM skincare. Now remember, this is recommended by a dermatologist, and they have recommended it to me for AM care. It has really worked. The second product that I got recommended was the Pigment Corrector cream, again from Clinikally. This is in a cream format. This particular product also has a lot of great start ingredients. It's got Lumiskin. Lumiskin prevents pigmentation and lightens pigmentation also. In fact, you might find it in a lot of eye creams. It's again a new age ingredient. Along with Lumiskin, it has got arbutin at 2%. Arbutin, as we know, inhibits the tyrosinase activities, just like niacinamide does, and so it gives you fading over a period of time. It's got glycolic acid at 1%, which is again a very good fader. It's got epidermosil, which is again anti-aging. Along with that, it has got licorice extract, which is, of course, we know is great for fading. It has got kojic acid dipalmitate. Now, kojic acid dipalmitate is a safer variant than the kojic acid. Basically, when used under the dermatologist's care, kojic acid can give you a lot of fading. And that is why it is recommended by dermatologists. I don't see it as a great ingredient in moisturizers because you're going to be using so much of it and you require a large quantity and you need to use it in the morning and evening. This particular pigment inhibitor cream, even though my dermatologist told me to use it in the morning and evening, I use it only in the PM skincare routine. If you have a lot of pigmentation, your melasma is very thick, or you tend to have a lot of acne scars, then use this all over your face. Otherwise, I would personally recommend that you just do a spot treatment for the troubled areas. For me, my melasma is predominantly now left here and here, so I just used it in this particular area. Did it cause more fading here and no fading here? No, it didn't do that. It just faded the areas. I still have a long way to go, and I'm not sure whether the last bit of melasma is ever going to leave me, because life goes on, right? We go out in the sun, and sometimes I'm out for a long period of time, and despite best sunscreen, it just happens the melanocytes can get triggered. So it's a long process, but I do know that if I've recovered from this to this, I'm sure I can capture the last bit also. Now about glycolic acid at 1 to 2% is completely safe in face washes or anything that you're using and can be used almost daily. If it is at 10% or more, it should be used just once or twice a week. If it is at 15%, then use it for 10 minutes and then wash it off from your face. Which brings me to the next ingredient, which is the Pixie Glycolic Acid Serum. This is my absolute favorite. At 10%, it just gives you fabulous fading. And I have used bottles and bottles and bottles of this. I'm sure if you've been a part of this channel, you already know it. It comes as a very thick formulation. I just need about 2 drops of this to cover on my skin. I use it after my cleanser, and then I use this. I let it dry out a little bit. It takes a little time to dry out, and then I go in with my moisturizer. Since this is at 10%, it can be kept on your face and doesn't have to be washed off. But if you have a broken barrier or if you have very dry, sensitive skin, then my recommendation is to keep it for 10 minutes and then wash it off. Especially when you have very sensitive skin. It's just, your skin is just going to do better. And then go in with your moisturizer. If the Pixie Glycolic Serum does not give you fading in about, say, 5 to 6 months, you're not happy with the results, please meet a dermatologist, and you can actually get glycolic fading at about 20 to 30% in a doctor's office, and you will see some really, really great results. Because it's got the smallest molecule, it's really able to penetrate your skin and give you the fading that you need. Give it a try. What you can also do is give the Minimalist at 32% AHA and 2% BHA, and I think they have 5% PHAs in their exfoliator serum. This is again a very, very safe exfoliation. You can use it at home and it gives you the fading that you need. Now, what happens is, in a lot of times in melasma, we're only concentrating on the fading. What we don't realize is that we need to have the melanocytes which are already on the skin. We need to pick those up also. Right? So the faders go in, penetrate our skin and work on the tyrosinase enzyme. मतलब वो अंदर का काम करते हैं. What exfoliators do is, exfoliators are able to pick the ones from the top, the dark melanocytes from top. And so together with the faders and the exfoliators, we get much better results. For exfoliators, it's best to use them in the PM routine and use them once a week only. If you have strong skin barrier, you have very oily skin, you can use them twice a week. But if you have dry skin, you have dehydrated skin, you have broken skin barrier, then it's always best to use it once a week. Remember, pushing the skin, usse koi fayda nahi hai, because it's going to ruin the barrier. And when the barrier gets ruined, it gets irritated, it gets inflamed. And if your skin is really strong and you can really push it, then give the Ordinary, which is available in India now, their exfoliator a chance. At 30% AHAs and 2% BHA, this is an exfoliant that is super popular all over the world, and I swear by it. It really did help me along with the glycolic, right? So this, you can feel it on your skin, so don't keep it for more than 10 minutes. Make sure you wipe it off. Never push your skin, especially with these kind of ingredients. There's a reason the brand says कि 10 मिनट के लिए रखिए, या AM में करिए, या सिर्फ PM में करिए. Very important. So even this, use it just once a week. That's all you require, and then let your skin flourish and be joyful. Now, if you were looking for a great fading skin routine for pigmentation, here is what you can do. You can cleanse your skin. After you've cleansed your skin, go in with the Niacinamide from the Clinikally at 10%. You can go over all over your face. Once it settles down a little bit, it's a little oily, so it takes a little time to settle down. Once it settles down, use the Pigment Corrector cream. I would suggest do a spot treatment if you just have spots, but if you have larger areas, then go in over there. And if you're prone to a lot more pigmentation, you have a lot of acne scars, then just go in with this all over your skin, very little quantity. I'm talking about the PM night care right now, right? And go in with a moisturizer and you're done. Once a week, cleanse your skin and then use either the Glycolic Pixie and your moisturizer and you're done. Or cleanse your skin, pick between one of these great exfoliators from the Ordinary and the Minimalist, and wash your skin off, and then you can actually go in with your active. So you've exfoliated your skin and then you go in with the Niacinamide 10% serum, and then go in with the Pigment Corrector, and then go in with your moisturizer. And that's it. You will see results. आप कुछ भी करिए, उसको regularly करिए, and don't give up. We have to give our skin at least 6 to 8 months to start seeing results. Nothing happens before that. Because remember, the pigmentation didn't come overnight. We may have started noticing it overnight, but it's a very, very slow process for the pigmentation to start showing on the face. It's the same thing with fading. It takes time for it to go back as well. For more on this, I'm going to meet you in the comment section.